Hey, how are you guys doing? So we had the 5th episode of the 2nd season for Nijigaku. With that episode, we had a little look at Asuna, but there was no performance, so obviously it looks like they'll have one more episode. But we're going to see how that episode has affected these girls' rankings, so let's just go ahead and jump into the rankings. So in 13th place we have Emma, 12th place goes to Mia, 11th goes to Kaden, 10th place goes to Katsumi, 9th place goes to Yu, 8th place goes to Rina, 7th place goes to Ai, 6th place goes to Kanata, 5th place goes to Shiriko, 4th place goes to Danju, 3rd place goes to Ayumu, 2nd place goes to Shizuku, and 1st place goes to Setsu. So it looks like Asuna is top 3, and I correctly predicted that I think Setsu would win first, especially because she's kind of been the most popular for the girls in Asuna. So I imagined, since it was an Asuna focused episode, that she would jump all the way up. So I wasn't really surprised by that at all. But let's of course take a look at all the rankings and see what might have surprised us. So in last place we have Emma. It's not about courts anymore, so I wasn't really surprised that she fell back really hard. Same thing with Kaden. Diver Diva's been over. Kaden falls back. Ai from Diver Diva hasn't fallen back as hard as I thought it would be. So she's in 7th. So I guess kind of where she is, but that's a little bit overall an upgrade from where she was beforehand. So I guess that's good for her. Yu actually moved up all the way to 9th place. Of course, she was involved in part of the Asuna stuff, so it's understandable why she got a little bit more of a bump. She of course still has a lot of people who don't really care for her, but in Noble she was able to get a lot of forward because she was kind of the 4th member of that episode if you want to go that far. So that's probably why she received a bit of an uptick. We have Nanju staying from 4th to 5th. Shiriko kind of in the middle. Kasumi falling back all the way to 10th is a little bit surprised, but maybe she will recover if depending on what role she plays in the conflict in the future. But as of right now, of course, she's fallen. Kata has fallen into the middle. So that's about most of the girls. So of course for Asuna, they are doing pretty well. And actually I almost forgot to say, Rina, kind of surprising. She was traditionally, top for the girls overall, but she's fallen pretty far back actually though. So it's kind of interesting to see that she's fallen off back there. But of course, this was Asuna focus, so I imagine she would have probably been 4th, but she actually fell a little bit more behind. So yeah. So going back to Asuna, we got 3rd goes to Ayumu, which she was definitely struggling for quite some time actually, as she was kind of being really towards the back, especially because of the Yandere moments. Here it was nowhere near as drastic. Ayumu was there. She definitely showed some elements of jealousy or intrigue when she saw Shizuku and Yu, going around and talking and such. But it was more not as bad. It's stalking, but I guess there was more fun moments that came out of it. So notably, she was able to receive a little bit more appreciation, and she kind of just averaged the 3rd out of them. So then Shizuku gets a bunch of the 2nd place votes, as she got the most, but she also got a decent amount of 1st place votes as well. But of course, Setsu ends up winning. It's because kind of Setsu, she's been popular, and of course Setsu played a decent role in the anime. Yes, she was following with Ayumu, but of course she played a major role in the end where they had a play, and she kind of took the lead role and tried to get these girls to come together. So it wasn't that much surprise. You can see she got the most 1st place votes and got the most 3rd place votes. So overall, she does very well. So that's great for her. And for the 7 minutes, no surprise, Asuna first. It was an Asuna episode. Rebirth has fallen all the way to 4th, which I think is her first time. But, they haven't done anything in this anime. So that kind of makes sense. And then Diver Diva's fallen back. But Court's usually the favorite. Doesn't win because it's not really their episode. So now we're going to go take a look at the results over all the episodes. So you can see the trend that goes here. And some girls have moved up and down. And of course, with the episodes focusing on some units, you're going to see a lot of moments where it randomly just changes pretty hard from maybe middle to top or bottom from top, and suddenly it drops back off, like you see what cotton. But we're currently seeing that the average trend is now that, Rina is still the most popular average ranking wise. We have Kasumi, who is doing great in the first season, but not so much in the second season. So we'll see if that falls off. Kanto has been third and Satsuno's fourth, and he can, go on top of that. But that's currently what we got for the trends, and we'll see how these trends stay, especially for this is going to be one more episode of Asuna. It looks like we'll probably get a song, and then we'll definitely see probably more stuff come out for the girls in Rebirth, as we're probably going to get a little bit more of Shiriko in some form, with her sister being involved pretty soon, so definitely looking forward to that. Of course, if you're interested in seeing the demographics, I will post it here, as you can take a look, see where people have voted from and then where they belong in. Of course, big shout out to all the people who participated in this poll and wish to be credited. As you can see, their names go across the screen right now. So thank you to all for making this possible. And of course, big shout out to YouTube members like CoolMax who support this channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And of course, I also have the comments. These are all the comments that people have posted, so I throw them all up on here. Anyways, what do you guys think about that last episode? And what do you think is going to happen next episode? What is your aspirations for Asuna? And what do you think after that's going to happen as well, as we are almost out of the subunit phase? I think we'll probably have to do a Rebirth episode later, but what do you guys think about this episode for Asuna? And after the conclusion is, who do you think had the best subunit arc? I don't know. And what song do you think was your favorite out of all those? Once we get to that, we won't answer that necessarily right now. We can answer that after the next episode, but keep that in mind. What do you think had the best subunit arc, and who had the best song? That will be something we can discuss more in later. And once we have all four, I don't know, maybe a poll or something like that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hope to catch you guys in another video soon.